Simon's Electron Microscopy Center's TF20 tutorial. The TF20 is a 200 kilovolt FEG instrument equipped with a CMOS detector, the TVIPS, and a direct detector, the DE20. We have a bench equipped for loading the Gatan 626 and ELSA holders. Our TF20 is mainly used for screening and is compatible with Leginon and serial EM. Over here we have our pumping station for our 626 and ELSA holders. The removal of the 626 holder. This is our pumping station. Today we will work with the 626. Located at our station is a step-by-step manual on inserting and removing the 626. Following along with the manual's diagram, we can see where all the valves are located. This is V1, V2, V4, and V3. Be sure that the vacuum is reading between 10 to -3 to 10 to -5 pascals. Let's gently remove the temperature cord by pulling straight out from the base of the plug from the cryo holder jacket. Do not twist or pull the wire. Close V4 finger tight. Then close V3. V2. V1 should already be closed. If not, then close V1 last. Remove the Tygon tubing from the cryo holder and reconnect it to the silver stopping behind V1 and V2. Next, reach behind the machine, all the way at the bottom right, and turn off the machine. We're now going to wait for MDP status and system status lights to turn off. Using one hand to stabilize, gently apply force to pull out the cryo holder. Transfer the cryo holder from pumping station into the cryo transfer station. Place the black blinking plug into the opening where the cryo holder was. Loading the grid onto the holder. This is the 626 holder. We do have the ELSA holder available, however we will use this model for this demonstration. Remove the cover from the stage. To the right is our cooling door, and to the left is our stage. We can open the shutter to reveal the grid. The shutter is always left closed. This is the knob that slides in and out and allows you to open the shutter. Fill a container with liquid nitrogen and allow it to stop bubbling. Slowly pour nitrogen into the whole of the stage, and we want to simultaneously cool down the door as well. As the nitrogen is boiling off, you want to continuously refill the liquid nitrogen reservoirs. We will witness two series of violent bubbles due to the Leidenfrost effect. This is the first event. This is our second event. And see how calm it is now? Fill up the reservoir, and at this point we will wait 7 minutes for the station to sufficiently cool enough to load our grids. We will use 5 tools to load: the butterfly tool, the stamping tool, screwdrivers, tweezers, and forceps. Our clip ring butterfly tool is used to grip the clip ring of the holder. It has 2 states, the open and closed. We just twist the knob at the bottom to change positions. Let's start by cooling down the screwdriver. We'll know that it's cold when boiling stops. Loosen the grid box top. Next, we're going to cool down a pair of tweezers. You can insert the tweezers into that hole to move it out of the way, and let's cool down our butterfly tool. Open the shutter. Once our tool is cool, we will remove the clip ring. Starting in the closed position, we will place it on top of the clip ring, twisting and opening the butterfly wings and lifting off the clip ring and keeping it in liquid nitrogen. Using the tweezers, let's remove our old grid. And let's load our new grid. Just gently place it over the center. Using the butterfly tool, release the clip ring on top of the stage. Pull down the stamping tool. And your screwdriver. Apply a little bit of pressure until you hear a click to secure the clip ring on the stage. Close the shutter. Once the screwdriver is cooled, we can close our grid box and return it to its location. Microscope overview, names you should know. These are our hand panels. We have to make sure that our objective aperture is out, our flue screen is down, column valves are closed. Check that gun column and camera pressures are green, turbo pump is on, stage is neutral, and scope is in SA mag. Inserting the 626 holder. Set alpha under the search tab next to the stage display to -60 degrees. This allows us to preserve some nitrogen in the dewar of the holder and to not compromise the grid. Make sure you have a receptacle under the holder to catch the liquid nitrogen. Next, select pre-pump airlock. This only takes 4 seconds. We can find this button next to the vacuum values. Remove the cap from the dewar. Remove the cryo holder and align the pin right on the line of the goniometer until we see the airlock pump time of 2 minutes by the vacuum overview window. Also on the scope PC, I'm going to select this ST cryo holder as specimen holder. After the time is done, I will reset the alpha value, gently holding onto the holder while the goniometer goes back into place. Now here's the trickiest and most crucial part. I'm going to turn the holder so that the top of the dewar is upright at the 12 o'clock position. Keeping an eye on IGP1 on the vacuum overview window, I will gently and carefully turn to the left, looking at spikes in vacuum pressure. You will also notice that the higher this value gets, the chamber will turn from cyan blue to periwinkle to dark blue to gray. You want to stay away from dark blue and gray because this means the vacuum that is protecting the FEG has vented. If IGP1 gets too high, stop moving the cryo holder and wait for the chamber to turn back cyan, then you can resume insertion. At the 12 o'clock position, you will feel a pull, fully inserting the holder. Don't forget to top off your dewar. Place the cover back on top of your dewar. Turn off turbo pump. Open Leginon on the microscope PC and on your Leginon PC. Leginon tutorial in a separate video. Removing the 626 holder. Make sure that column valves are closed, you reset the holder, objective aperture is out, flue screen is down, and the shutter of the holder is closed. Remove the cap from the dewar. Make sure to place a receptacle in position. We're going to gently brace against the purple plate of the goniometer and pull the holder back until it stops. Then turn holder clockwise so that the hat rotates from the 12 o'clock position to the 5 o'clock position. Keep an eye on the IGPs. Pull the holder straight out of the column. Transfer the holder immediately to your transfer station. If the vacuum spikes and column pressures crash, contact EMG staff member immediately. Turn the turbo back on to prepare for the next insertion. Inserting the 626 holder. Following the manual, make sure that all valves on pumping station are closed. Remove the blanking plug from pumping station. Insert the cold cryo holder. Connect the plastic Tygon tubing to V4 on the cryo holder. Reach behind and turn on the pumping station. Wait for MDP status and system status light to turn on. It takes about a minute. Open V2. Open V1. Wait until the vacuum stabilizes. Connect the cryo holder to the temperature controller. Line up the pins. Invert the dewar to facilitate condensation removal. Now we're going to run the warm-up cycle. Turn the knob and start the warm-up cycle. Select yes. Once the warm-up cycle has completed, close V1. Open V3. And V4. Document the usage on our 626 holder sheet. Thank you for watching. Any questions, email emg@nysbc.org.